Okay, here we have the Apex 7 TKL, and the first thing I'm gonna do is check for the chords. You can see a little bit of zeros there. Let's see. Yeah, but that may just be me like not hitting compared to the Magic Force. You see, this one's it seems more consistent. I get like more zeros easily just from hitting that. Okay, this is probably something I should have paid attention to a bit closer. Like with the Magic Force, it was just like super easy. Didn't really have to try. Apex 7, a little bit inconsistent, you know, a little bit harder to hit them at the same time. But we'll get more into the chord splitting later. Next, I want to test for the polling rate. Okay, this chart is all just like quads, so that way we can tell if we're able to send the inputs at the same time. Alright, if we look closely, we can see, let's see, we can see a lot of instances where I am able to hit the chords on the same tick mark. That's what the dots represent. We're looking at the white dots here. But you do see a lot of splitting, like here and here, like a lot of 2 dots there. So, I mean, it's good, but you can see like there's a little bit of wiggle room. I'm not sure if this is because I'm just not used to the board. But, you know, if it's just a quad, it's not a complex pattern. So I'm just putting, you know, pushing my hands down at the same time. So I don't really see if that could be a possibility. If we compare this screenshot, this is a previous keyboard I was testing. There's even more chord splitting here, like a lot, like so much. That's what these vertical lines represent. Now let's go over to the Magic Force, and literally every single chord is a dot. That means I'm hitting them all at the same time throughout the whole test difficulty. Like, it's super consistent for no reason. You know, back to the Apex. So, I don't know. But this is a bit more, you know, we're going up on those like higher millisecond timings. So I do want to show off a little bit of gameplay of like regular maps, me setting some scores, which is possible. Okay, the main thing I noticed with this board is the keycaps feel really nice to play with. They're a little bit grippy in a way. Like my fingers didn't slip as much as they would on my other keyboards. So yeah, it definitely feels really nice to play on. And it is possible to set scores with the standard 16 millisecond timing windows that we have here. So yeah, with this map, I got this score. This is my previous one. Pretty solid rank on the map too. Moving on to some 10 key. I was able to full combo this map. Really comfortable just like playing with the long notes and everything. The timing was alright. It wasn't a big improvement over my previous score. So that's kind of what I'm worried about. Like I usually pay attention to the ratio amount rather than if I'm like missing or not, because that can just be adjusted. But I really pay attention to like, does it feel natural to set ratio with the keyboard? So yeah, with this screenshot, you can see there's a 200 difference when playing on hardrock. Again, those tighter timing windows, that's where it really starts to make a difference with these keyboards. Going back to this one, we're reminded of like kind of chord splitting, but not really. It's just not as consistent. And the last score I set on this board was the Satna, because I just wanted to see the offset plot there. This chart didn't have too many chords in it, but there was still enough to kind of see the difference. But just like even in general, I can be so much more accurate with the Magic Force compared to the Apex. It often felt like I was hitting earlier. I don't know what that was about, but I did try to just really focus as hard as I could. This is like the best score I could get. Still a little bit of chord splitting we can see in some spots. On the Magic Force, pretty much none throughout this entire chart. A little bit right here. That's like probably like a millisecond. A little bit in the beginning. But yeah, over here, there's just way more stacking. So this is where it gets weird. Like, this is a $100 keyboard. If you don't play hard rock and you're not going for those top scores, like, it's more than enough. Like, it's way better than a lot of these QMK custom keyboards, whatever. But at this price point, if you're not exactly looking for something that's like super high end, like I don't know, there just should be like better options that are cheaper, that like for the most average type of person, like, you know, as long as you have N-key rollover, maybe 1000 hertz, whatever, like that should be enough for the majority of people. So this seems like I don't know, it just seems like a lot of money for it to not be like super accurate, you know, when it comes to like hitting chords, which is like really annoying. But yeah, everything else is nice about the board, I guess. Just for me, the performance is like the performance will always like overweight any sort of extra features like this and that. So I will be making a video about the Magic Force keyboard once I have another one. A lot of people do complain about the quality with these boards, so I kind of wanted to talk about that in that video and anything else that I may notice. If there's anything about this keyboard that I may have forgotten, leave that in the comment below. It would be nice to just like have enough information about, you know, any keyboards to help with like purchasing decisions.